So over the past 15 plus years, I have found patient after patient that come in with pretty much the same backstory of being told that unfortunately there's nothing they can do about their tinnitus. And unfortunately, through being able to work together and through education and counseling and appropriate device usage, patients can have a fantastic, fantastic outcome of improving their tinnitus.
Florida is known for Disney World, palm trees, vacations, and now a tinnitus treatment clinic by Treble Health. I'm so excited to announce with my colleague, Dr. Tricia Scaglione, that we are opening a clinic in South Florida. It is now open. You can schedule a consultation with us as soon as this video is live. And in today's video, I'll be interviewing here Dr. Trisha. So Dr. Trisha is a board certified audiologist and tinnitus specialist with over 15 years of experience, including leading the tinnitus and sound sensitivities program at the University of Miami Health System. She holds a Doctor of Audiology degree from Nova Southeastern University and an MBA in healthcare management from Western Governors University. Dr. Scaglione's approach combines advanced tinnitus treatment, personalized care, and holistic mind-body strategies, making our Treble Health South Florida clinic in Weston, just next to Fort Lauderdale, the best choice for tinnitus treatment in Florida. She's a published author, international speaker, and a key contributor to tinnitus practice guidelines for the American Academy of Audiology. And she also is on the scientific advisory committee for the American Tinnitus Association. So, Dr. Trisha, welcome to Treble Health. So excited to share this with the world.
Hi, Dr. Ben, and thank you so much for having me as part of Treble Health. I'm so excited to join you and your fantastic team.
We're going to get into the details of what is the Treble Health Clinic, who is it for, and more details about the kinds of patients who should come see us. But I want everyone to know that, Dr. Trisha, you were actually featured on the Wheel of Fortune. I would love to hear the story of how did that come about?
That makes me laugh. So I have been a fan of Wheel of Fortune since I was a little girl, and I actually tried out over the course of almost 20 years. So that's my lesson to anyone who has a goal. Don't take no for an answer. Keep trying. I went to different auditions over the course of 20 years, like when the Wheelmobile would come into town, and I'd always make it to the last round of auditions, but for some reason never make the final cut. And then I did a virtual audition in 2022 and was selected for the show. And to be honest, it was a dream come true. It was definitely a major check off my bucket list. And it was everything I hoped it would be and more.
Did you win? What happened?
You want spoilers?
Yes.
Yeah, so I had a great experience on the show, and I did win the show. And in addition to winning the show, I also won a fantastic trip to Croatia and the surrounding areas. So my husband and I got to embark on a all-expense-paid trip thanks to Wheel of Fortune and Colette Travel.
That's incredible. Let's put that little video clip up on the screen to show that this did happen.
Tricia Scaglione was the perfect contestant for Colette Show You the World.
I'm a big traveler. I've been to over 30 countries and looking to add more to the list.
You're the one going to Croatia.
Very cool. Very cool. So do you get invited to future Wheel of Fortunes, or is it a one-off episode? How does that work?
So they say that when you're on the show once, that it's just like a one and done. You actually sign a contract that you understand it's a one-time thing. Who knows? Maybe there'll be reunion shows, but I will share that there's actually a Wheel of Fortune alumni event, an alumni tournament that takes place, and I'm going to that in August. So I get to see the other contestants and take part in really fun wheel-related things, and really looking forward to that.
Is that published on the TV show or separate?
It's separate.
Okay. Well,
but it will be. It's on social media and everything.
All right. Yeah. I hope we can get someone there taking photos and videos of you, because that's very cool. So previously you were working at University of Miami Health, which is a very large, medical center in South Florida. So I'm curious, did patients see you from the Wheel of Fortune episode? How did that all connect?
So when you're on the show, you're actually not supposed to disclose who your employer is. So I didn't say specifically the name of my employer. I just said I was an audiologist in South Florida, and people found me online and they tried to make appointments, and sometimes they would actually schedule with me. And other times, and my former colleagues can attest to this, they would make appointments, and the ENTs, the nurse practitioners, even the audiologist would pull me in and say, my patient's here and wants to meet the Wheel of Fortune doctor. And so they'd ask if I'd come in and say hi, and I'd pop in, and sometimes the patients would rattle off some of the puzzles that I had solved, and we'd have a laugh, and it was a good time. So sometimes I'd be in the waiting room, and people in the waiting room would say something or recognize me, which is crazy because there were times I'd have a mask on and I was in scrubs. I wouldn't think that someone would recognize me, but it was fun. It was fun. It was really nice, I think, to see our patients have a smile and have fun with it too.
That's amazing. Well, now you'll be on the Treble Health YouTube channel, and patients who are watching, individuals watching, will have the opportunity to actually see you or come to your clinic and not only just say hi, but even work with you in person. Hey guys, quick interruption. I want to invite you to the grand opening of the Treble Health South Florida Clinic. It's on July 24th. And it's free. We'll have a ribbon cutting ceremony, a social time. We'll be able to take photos together, meet each other, and we'll have a clinic tour, as well as the option to speak with a tinnitus specialist. So definitely come by. We'd love to see you there. That invitation is currently open. You can click the link below to RSVP through the Eventbrite page, and I'm looking forward to seeing you there. What have you seen in terms of outcomes or treatment effectiveness with your patients over the last 15 years?
So over the past 15 plus years, I have found some patient after patient that come in with pretty much the same backstory of being told that unfortunately there's nothing they can do about their tinnitus. And unfortunately, through being able to work together and through education and counseling and appropriate device usage, patients can have a fantastic, fantastic outcome of improving their tinnitus. And I've seen just so many patients over these 15 years of going from an area of despair to having their life back and just realizing that they really can be whole again and live and live totally fulfilled lives with managed tinnitus.
Wow. So you were leading the team with a robust team of ENT physicians and audiologists. What were some of the most common cases of tinnitus that you saw in your clinic? And then I'd like to hear, what approach did you have for them? What kind of treatments were you finding success with?
So the most common cases I would see are patients that would come in with complaints of tinnitus that they were experiencing, and it was typically related to some degree of hearing loss, whether the patients realized it or not. Through diagnostic workup and further evaluation, we were able to identify that, and I was able to educate the patient on that correlation. And through the combination of appropriately fit devices as well as counseling and education, patients were able to have significant improvements in their tinnitus.
Well, we were trying to have you join the Treble Health team for years. I'm glad we finally found a way that made sense for everyone. I would love to hear your perspective on, what kind of opportunity do we have to help patients here in Florida? We believe that we're creating the best tinnitus clinic for patients with tinnitus or hyperacusis sound sensitivity in Florida. So what should people expect, and who is the right type of person to get an evaluation with you?
Great question. So then you and your team have really led the way in terms of innovation in tinnitus care. Treble Health's unique online telehealth approach really helped to bring tinnitus care to patients that may not have had accessible tinnitus care in their local communities, which happens far, far too often. And now with Treble's expansion to actual physical locations, including this brand new Weston location, we're able to help patients right here in South Florida. And I think what really makes this location and Treble Health stand out is that there are phenomenal audiologists, there are phenomenal ENTs and other healthcare providers across the country working with tinnitus. And what really makes us stand out amongst them is the fact that this clinic is 100% for the tinnitus patient. That I think that's a very unique find. That is what we focus on, is patients who have tinnitus and sound sensitivities, and we understand that each patient is unique and therefore deliver individualized care plans. The ideal candidate to be able to come in for a consult is any patient that is experiencing any unwanted noises in their ears or their head that is bothering them, and they want to learn what to do about it. What One more thing I'll add here is that even our patients that come in for our local clinics can still have access to the telehealth resources that our already established network of telehealth patients can have access to, like our support groups.
If you want to see Dr. Tricia in the Weston, South Florida clinic, please come. You can click the link on the screen right now or in the description below to learn more about our clinic and schedule a free consultation. It's perfect for someone who is struggling with tinnitus or sound sensitivity, and if they've already gotten a hearing test, but they're still looking for answers or a solution, we are here to help. Come by, meet Dr. Tricia in person. Let's talk about this clinic. Let's go into some of the details of, who is it for? What are we offering? And it's exciting because you and I are literally, buying the chairs for the office, measuring for the desks. You're hanging your degree on the wall. We're getting we purchased the equipment. So we're launching this clinic from the ground up. It is an incredibly beautiful site. For me, it's the most beautiful healthcare clinic I've ever been in. I love how outside there's these nature features. It's so calming and clean. So yeah, what are you excited about? And what have we been working on with the clinic, which, by the way, for anyone who's listening, it is open now. We're currently seeing patients. You can go to our website, treblehealth.com, go to locations. There's multiple locations that are available. Select the one closest near you. That's South Florida. You can book an appointment and potentially work with Dr. Tricia. So Tricia, I'd love to hear more details about your side of how it's gone so far launching the clinic.
Yeah, it's been truly exciting, exceptional. There's nothing like starting a clinic from the ground up. I mean, from absolutely nothing to bringing it to where it is now. Seeing our first patient today, that was just, a really great milestone to be able to celebrate. And it's a beautiful thing. It's being able to shape and craft what this clinic can be for our patients, that this is not just supposed to be a space for an appointment, but an environment for a tinnitus patient to come in, and that helps to promote relaxation and a place of safety. And what I mean by that is knowing that we are here to help you with your tinnitus management journey, that you come in and you're not just a number, it's not just a quick in and out appointment, but we're here to hear you and find out what the patient's specific needs are and work on that journey with you to help improve the tinnitus. So every little design, every decision made, it's all completely with what the end goal for the patient can be. And that's just, it's truly exciting.
I love it. So you're there, you're the doctor on site, you're seeing patients. We anticipate to grow the clinic, but right now, those lucky patients can work directly with you. And this clinic is part of Treble Health. So we have other locations. San Francisco just opened around the same time as the South Florida location, which is really exciting. I am working in person sometimes there in San Francisco with another specialist. We also have our team of telehealth audiologists who specialize in tinnitus. So really this one clinic is part of this larger ecosystem. And we want to meet patients wherever they're at, whether they want to come in person or they want telehealth. What are we offering there in terms of services? Well, I'd love for you to touch on that. What did you offer this morning, for example? And then what is the list of services that we provide to patients who might need help?
Sure. So today I offered a tinnitus consultation. This is for a patient, a gentleman who had already met with our Treble Health team virtually and had indicated his desire to move forward with tinnitus management. So he came in today and had an hour and a half consultation with me where we really talked about what's been going on. When did his tinnitus start and how is it affecting his life? And I was able to provide him with a recommended care plan and establish what those next steps will be. And, he expressed that he was truly just so elated with his experience today. And we're looking forward to collaborating together on his management. For services offered here, we offer everything from consultations. If you'd like to come in and find out what it is who we are and what we have to offer, meet me in person. Maybe we'll get a little wheel that we can spin in the office for fun. But also,
I'm making notes over here. We definitely need some Wheel of Fortune memorabilia in the waiting room.
we are also able to offer diagnostic services. So we will be offering hearing tests, comprehensive hearing tests for our patients, as well as different types of tinnitus management that can range from ear level devices, tinnitus sound generators, amplification, sleep devices, little speakers for the room, and so on. That list is not certainly exhaustive. And we also offer verification of devices. I know that's very important for our patients to be aware of, who's offering what. And I want to assure our patients that we are offering evidence-based practice. We are here to provide the optimal care for our patients here in South Florida.
And let's talk about the location. So the location's in Weston, Florida. I'm not from Florida, so when I was in there with you, we were scoping out locations. We determined that Weston would be the right fit, maybe the best fit. Why was that?
Weston is a great location because it is centrally located in the sense that Weston is in a suburb of Fort Lauderdale. So Fort Lauderdale, I'm going to take that at kind of as a midpoint. If you drive south, let's call it 45 minutes, you'll be down in Miami. Now, Miami, that's kind of tricky because anyone in South Florida knows that you technically can get to Miami from Fort Lauderdale in like 20 minutes, but traffic can always play into that. So let's just roughly call it 45 minutes to Miami. And then you can go north to Boca Raton. You can go a little further north to West Palm Beach. So we're really accessible to that Tri-County area, which is great for our patients who are located in the Keys. If they are interested in services through Weston, it is also something that is a attainable drive. We are right across Alligator Alley from Naples. So you can jump right on Alligator Alley and come over in about an hour, hour and a half, be able to be at the clinic. And if you are in Central Florida, let's say we have some Orlando patients that are listening in, I'd love to see you here in the clinic. You can take the Bright Line down, which is, for those of you who are out of town and don't know Florida, it's actually a high-speed train that can get you from Central Florida to South Florida in a very quick manner. Or it's also a really easy drive. So you could be being fit with devices today and back up at the theme parks in the evening.
I love that. I made the drive from Naples to Weston because my mom and dad spend the winters in Naples, so I think that's actually quite a common thing for those listening. Maybe snowbirds who spend the winters down south. If they need help with their ears, definitely send them to us. Also, if you're international, I know that a lot of people fly into Miami and Fort Lauderdale International Airport. So if you're from Latin America, we do have an audiologist on our team who is fluent in Spanish. Her name's Dr. Michelle, and she works via telehealth. So she can also see you guys as well. And then you could potentially come in person to receive device treatment with Dr. Tricia. So lots of people in this greater area, and that's why we chose it. Another important reason is that it's next to the Cleveland Clinic. So talk to us about what does that mean, Dr. Tricia? And I'd also love to hear talk about your connections with the greater medical community in that area, and how we are getting referrals from other ENT physicians or doctors to come see us for tinnitus treatment, because just frankly not many ENT clinics specialize in this.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Cleveland Clinic Weston is right down the street from our clinic. It's just a stone's throw away. And Cleveland Clinic is synonymous with excellence in healthcare. So their healthcare clinic in general has specialists that range in all different types of subspecialty areas that patients may be already familiar with. If you are already used to coming into this area for services at Cleveland Clinic, then we should be very easy for you to locate and find. And I have lived in South Florida for 20 years. Actually, July, let's see the date, next week is going to be my 20-year Florida anniversary. I'm a Massachusetts native, Florida transplant. And over the years have just made some tremendous networking and collaborations with different healthcare providers here in the South Florida community, strongly within the ENT or otology, otolaryngology community. And those relationships have been a really beautiful thing because these these ENTs are aware of who I am and what my passion for serving the tinnitus community. And when I made these specialists aware of that this tinnitus clinic will now be open in Weston, it was met with such joyous response of that they, just really looking forward to continuing our collaboration. So I really look forward to our South Florida ENTs, otologists, mental health specialists, just the other interdisciplinary care specialists that I've had long-term relationships with, continuing to reach out to allow me to be part of their care plan for their patients. And likewise, if you are a patient that's watching this now and you haven't seen an ENT and you need to see one, we have a tremendous network of phenomenal providers here in the South Florida area. We're happy to connect you with that we can provide collaborative care, top-notch collaborative care with.
Let's talk about stress. You have a unique background and interest in stress management. Tell us about why that matters to someone with tinnitus.
So, stress to tinnitus is a lot like fuel to a fire in the sense that you add a little bit of fuel to a fire and it's just going to make it erupt. Tinnitus is very similar in the sense that in many cases, if you add stress to somebody who already is experiencing bothersome tinnitus, it can actually exacerbate the tinnitus because of the way that stress can physiologically manifest in your body. So it's so critical that tinnitus patients have an appropriate and strong stress management plan, plan of action. And whether it's something like going for a daily walk, like my patient today said that, he's like, despite the weather being so hot, I go for daily walks. It really helps my tinnitus. To maybe relaxation techniques like guided breathing or guided imagery. There's just a number of different techniques that an individual can utilize to help manage their stress. And again, it's such an important integral part to managing the tinnitus.
And you have some specific training in holistic stress management. I'd love to see that in the Weston Clinic to some degree. Talk about your vision there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am certified. I have an advanced training through the Center of Mind-Body Medicine, and ultimately that type of training is a more advanced training in relaxation techniques for individuals who are experiencing trauma or even chronic pain, chronic illnesses. And my vision is to take our standard audiological care approach, which is tried and true and gold star of the counseling and device fitting. You might think of, let's say, tinnitus retraining therapy. Lots of scientific evidence published on the support for that. And then couple it with the techniques that can be used in mind-body medicine to help approach managing the whole patient. Tinnitus is never just the perception of sound that the patient is experiencing. It can affect a patient in so many different ways and affect their quality of life in a multitude of ways. So in utilizing the additional techniques of mindfulness or different kinds of movement therapies or dance or drawing, breathing techniques, there's so many different ones. It can give patients just so many tools in their tool belt to be able to manage their symptoms of tinnitus, but also themselves as a whole person.
All right, guys, this is Dr. Tricia Scaglione. And if you are in Florida, I highly recommend coming to our clinic, or if you know someone who needs help, definitely recommend Treble Health, Weston, Florida. We'll put the link in the description below. You can click that and learn more about the clinic and schedule a free consultation. Additionally, you can go to our website, treblehealth.com. We have a tab called Locations where you can see our different options. At the time of making this video, we have 2 clinics. There's going to be more to come. We have South Florida, San Francisco, and then we have telehealth. Just a reminder that anyone nationwide can work with us via the telehealth option. So we'd love to help you out. If you're struggling, just know you're not alone. There's definitely hope, and we have the expertise and tools that can really make the difference. So with that in mind, Dr. Trisha, do you have any last words for our Treble Health community here, or for someone with tinnitus watching?
For anybody with tinnitus watching, just know that if it's bothersome, it doesn't have to be that way. Help is out there. Treble Health is here to help. Whether we're helping you via our telehealth services or in person, give us a call.
Thank you so much, guys, and hope to see you soon.